Hey, so I'm making chicken thighs today. Going super simple, and it's one of those things that not too complicated, but if done right, it's off the charts. So first thing I'm going to do to step it up a little bit is debone the chicken thigh because that's going to allow you to cook it much quicker. And I'm going for crispy here. So I want lots of surface area. I want to be able to lay it flat, get lots of sizzle going on, render the fat from the skin. Then I'm going to finish it in the oven. The quicker we can cook it, the juicier it stays on the inside. But at the same time, with this technique, we can also get it nice and crispy on the outside. So I already got a couple deboned here. But what I'm going to do is just take the bone out of it. So I'm basically just kind of cutting along the bone, getting in there, cutting the skin free. I want to get underneath it and get rid of all this sinewy, cartilagey stuff. I want to save as much meat on there as possible, but at the same time, I want to get rid of anything that's going to be not nice to chew on. So I'm going to try to get rid of as much of the silver skin and sinew as possible, stuff like that. And then just kind of work it away under the bone. I'm going to lose a little bit of meat here, but it'll be worth it. Down here. Plus, I'm going to be using these bones to make a stock afterwards, so it's not a huge loss. There's a little chunk of cartilage at the other end here, and I want to get around that, underneath that, more of that silver skin or sinew, whatever you want to call it. I also should mention that before I did salt my the skin side with some coarse salt, and that's just going to help draw out some of that extra moisture, which is going to allow things to brown up a little nicer. So there we have it. Nice, flat, deboned chicken thigh. I got a couple little bits of feather here. I'm just going to pull them out. This is a good opportunity to get to know your chicken thigh and clean it up a little bit. Take out anything that might be not so nice. Pick these out. Boom. It's looking great. Excellent. So now I'm going to side, throw it on my plate here. And these are my ready prepared chicken thighs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use the technique that we typically use to cook duck breasts, and that is putting them into a cold pan as opposed to preheating. Usually you want to preheat everything really well, but in this case I'm going to put them right into a cold pan. And what that's going to do is help to render some of the fat. It's going to slowly work some of the fat out of the skin and out of the chicken thigh, which is going to allow it, help it to crisp up. So I'm kind of just trying to flatten them out there a little bit. There we go. Right on. All right, so while those are cooking and getting going, I'm going to get started on my leeks. So I got some nice big fat leeks here, and I gave them a pre-wash, but if you've ever cooked with leeks before, you know there's bound to be some dirt in there. So I like to I take off the big tough green tops to begin with, and then take off that outer layer. See, there's some dirt in there. A little more in there. And I'm going to give it a quick rinse. When I rinse them, I kind of open them up a little bit just to see what's going on in those next layers. Those are looking good. Okay, so what I'm going to do there, I'm going to get a pan going. This is pardon the noise. I'll get this pan heating up. Oh, there we go. We're about medium heat. I'm not looking to caramelize. I'm just looking to sweat these. And I'm going to start just by cutting them lengthwise. And you know what? I'm going to get a little... The cutting board's too small, so I'm going to get a bowl to put them in. And just chop them into about 1/4 inch pieces. I love leeks. They got that nice oniony flavor, but it's not so pungent that you can't use them like a vegetable. Because in this case, they're pretty much being served as a side dish. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm making crispy chicken thighs and creamed leeks. Leeks done in a cream sauce. This is very kind of a rustic, home style meal. Very simple, affordable ingredients, nothing too fancy. But like I said, when it's done right, it's the good stuff. Alright, you know what? That's looking like it's probably going to be enough right there. I might not even use that third one. Yeah, I'm going to use the third one. I'm going to chop it at least. If I don't want it all in the pan, then I won't. Lovely. All right. So I got my leeks ready there. Throwing some on the floor. Set that aside. Now I can hear my chicken starting to sizzle there, which is good. My other pan is starting to get warm. I'm going to hit it with some avocado oil. Just enough to lube it up. Yeah, it's starting to get nice and hot there. We're getting there. And I'm going to throw in my leeks. And like I said, I'm not trying to caramelize these. I'm just basically sweating them down. Yeah, nice healthy dash of salt and pepper for both of them. I'm going to throw a lid on the leeks. That's going to help them to sweat. Hold that heat in there. And yeah, just going to let this cook up here for a minute. So now my leeks have sweat down. There's just a bit of color on here. I'm going to take these and take them out of my pan. Put them in a separate bowl here. There we go. All right. And to my pan. All right, so my chicken's nice and crispy. I got it flipped over, looking nice and golden. And now I'm going to hit it with a little bit of oregano and a little bit of sage. Just for a nice herbal something extra, just a touch. There we go. A little bit of each. Now I'm going to hit it again with some salt and pepper on this side because I didn't really the first time around. And that is going into my preheated oven 425. Probably about 10, 15 minutes. Now, to my pan, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter and about a tablespoon of flour. I'm going to make myself a roux, and then I'm going to be adding my leeks back into it. So I'm just letting my butter melt. Don't want too much color on there because I'm going for more of a bechamel and then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of flour. There we go. I'm going to mix that up. It's getting a little bit of a noisette kind of thing going on here. Just a touch more flour to that. Oh, got some on the burner. A little smoky. All right. Now, I'm going to add some chicken stock. Probably about half, 3/4 of the cup, something like that. And start whisking that in until it starts to thicken. Just a couple of bay leaves here. I love bay leaf, and it's just going to add another little dimension of flavor. I'm going to add just a touch more chicken stock here because I feel like I can use it. I got just a little splash. Use your judgment. Get nice consistency. I'm going a little thinner than I want the finished product to be. Now, I'm going to add a little splash of cream. Heavy cream. And that's going to give it some richness. A nice little splash of cream. And another pinch of salt and pepper. Boom. Lovely. Give that a little stir. Get that all whisked up there. It's looking good. Now I'm just going to give it a quick taste to make sure the seasoning's on point. That's good. I'm going to add another little pinch, salt and pepper. All right. Now I'm going to add my leeks back into the cream sauce. All right, now I got my leeks back incorporated into my cream sauce. I'm just going to cover it up and set it aside there. Get rid of my whisk now. I'm going to give my quick peek at the chicken. Oh, it's looking good. All right. So now I'm going to give it a quick check. That's what I'm going to do. Find the thickest part here. Just give it a little peek. Yeah, not quite. Give it another couple of minutes here. I'm going to grab a lemon here. Lemon, have that ready to add to my leeks cream sauce. That's going to help bring out some fresh flavor. And just waiting on the chicken right now. All right, so I'm just going to finish off my leeks here. I'm going to add, I can come over to the counter here. I'm going to finish it off. I'll give it another little taste here. I'm pretty sure, yep. Just a little squeeze of lemon here. Lemon. and little dab of butter. Throw that in there. It's just going to help finish the sauce, make it nice and glossy and creamy. Beautiful. I'm just going to let the residual heat melt that butter in. Not trying to cook anything anymore. All right. Now, oh yeah. And I'm going to grab the chicken pie. Nice. Sizzly and crispy. I got to keep my oven mitt nearby because it'll remind me not to touch the pan because I've done that way too many times. So what I'm going to do here is grab one more. We'll do this guy. It looks nice and crispy. Oh, yeah. Oh, it smells so good. Nice and piping hot. And there you have it. That is creamed leeks with crispy chicken thighs. As I said, it's a very simple dish. It's nothing too fancy, but when it's done right, it's off the charts.